Hello. In this lesson, we are going to talk about the decimal numbers, and this is our sixth lesson in our algebra series. Our overall is just the math. So, before we start, let's have a review. Last lesson. So, last lesson we talked about the real numbers. So, we have the types of real numbers. We have the natural numbers, the integers, the rationals, and the irrationals. I'll like a little quick review here. So let's talk all of them one by one. So um, the natural numbers are the numbers that that's what we call the counting numbers. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on until infinity. But if we're going to talk about the integers, integers are the that includes zero and those negative numbers. Let's say -3, -2, -1, and 0, and so on and so forth. And next is we have the rationals. So these are the type of a real number that cannot be I mean that can be expressed by dividing two integers. Let's say 1 divided by 4, so you're gonna get 0.25 on that. Let's say 2 over 3, that's gonna give you like 0.6666 repeating, and so on and so forth. And for rationals, we have that um the things that you can't get by dividing two numbers, like let's say pi. Pi, you can't get anything on pi. You got 3.1 for, and you can get that with a fraction, while some mathematicians are trying to get the fractional form of pi, but they can't find it at the meantime. Maybe there's like something hiding, but they can't get any fraction as this at this moment. So anyways, if you want to have a really quick see or that an in-depth uh video, just check my channel and find types of numbers. That's lesson 5. Okay, let's go. So what we're gonna talk today is about the decimal. So here, surrounding the specified number of decimal places. So here it is like that. Okay, so most decimal quantities used used in scientific word needs to be approximated by rounding, rounding. Okay, so it needs to be approximated by rounding. Um, so it needs to round so that it needs to be round to a specified number of decimal places depending on the accuracy required. Okay, so when rounding to some n decimal places, the digit in the nth place is left as it is when the one after it is below 5. Let's say you have 1.4, and the decimal, and you're gonna round it to the nearest whole number, and you're gonna keep 1, and since you have 1, you have point 0.4 on that, and that's below 5, you're gonna keep it as 1, so it is rounded as 1. But let's say if it's 1.6 or 1.7. That's above 5. So it needs to be taken up by one digit. Okay, so when we have 1.7 and you're gonna round it to the nearest whole number since it is 7, so you're gonna add 1 on the corresponding number, for in this case 1. So the rounded number now will be 2. Okay, okay, next slide. So like we have here examples like 362, and you're gonna round it to 3 decimal places. As you can see, the third decimal place there is 6, and the number next to that is 3. Since that's below 5, you're gonna keep it as it is and remove the others. Okay, so that's how it's easy it is. If it's below 5, keep the number. If that's above 5, just add 1 to the number. Now how about, you're gonna the same example, but you're gonna have it on 2 decimal places. What do you think? So that's gonna be um 362.59. Since it's 0.59, why is it 0.59? So it's rounded to 2 decimal places, and since when you go onto 2 decimal places, that's 8, and the number next to that is 6, right? Since 6 is above 5, you're gonna add 1 to the corresponding number. In this case is 8. So 8 plus 1 is 9. So that's what happened. And remove the other decimals that are more than 2 decimal places. And yeah, that's how easy it is. So how about, and 1 decimal place, that will give you 6, since 8 is greater than, if 8 is above 5. Okay, and how about to the nearest whole number? It's gonna give you 363. Okay, so here's more examples. When the when rounded to the fourth decimal place, it's gonna be point 0 to 16, and because 8 is greater than 5, and for the third decimal place, it's gonna also add to 1 on it, because it's more than 5, the 5 there. By the way, if it's 5, you're gonna add it here. Yeah, so it's gonna be 0.022. And for the second decimal place, or the 2 into 2 decimal place, is gonna be kept as 0.02. So that's gonna be 1, since the number next to the second decimal place is 1, and that is below 5. Okay, how about when you're gonna round until the specified number of significant figures? So the first significant figure of a decimal quantity is the first non-zero digit from the left, whether it's before or after the decimal point. So when we are rounding to a specified number of significant figures, we we still have the same principle. If it's above 5, you're gonna keep it as it is, and if it's above 5, you're gonna add 1 to the corresponding number, and if it's below 5, you are going to subtract. No, you're gonna keep it as it is. Okay, so here we have here some examples. The same example, but if we're going to do 5 significant figures, so when we're gonna have the significant figures thing, when we are going to talk about significant figures, so we are going to to count numbers from left to right until we go into five digits here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Since it's 5, so this will be the thing that you're gonna round. Since 8 and 6, and the number next to it is 6, and it's above 5, so it's gonna make that. How about in four significant figures? So you see here 1, 2, 3, 4. Same principle. How about three significant figures? So we have 1, 2, 3. Number next to 2 is 5. That's gonna round. You're gonna plus this one since it's above 5. And you're gonna give 3, 6, 3. How about two significant figures? So when we have two, it's gonna have this and this only. But since we have the decimal number here, you're gonna have 0 on that, because you can't just make it 36 because the decimal point is not there. Yeah, and yeah, since when you have the decimal point on the left and the significant figure is there, you're just gonna keep how many numbers are on that thing, right? Yes, so we have 3 and 6. And by the way, significant figures, 0 is not counted as a significant figure. So it's like only this number 1, 2, no. And 1 plus 1, I mean 1 and 2, that's going to give you two significant figures, okay? So 362 is going to give you two significant figures, okay? I mean 360 significant figures. And how about 1? What do you think? How about 1? It's going to give you 400. Since this is the only, it only needs one significant figure, we have only one. And these two are not counted as significant figures. So 362, if you're going to round it, you're going to have 1 here, stop there. And we have 6 here. Since 6 is above 5, you're going to add 1 on it. Alright, it's going to become 400. Okay, how about this? 0.216, that's three significant figures. And this, why is it three significant figures? Because 1, 2, 3, and these two are not counted because, as I said, 0 is not a significant figure. Okay, so if you're gonna count into three significant figures, you're gonna count it. Like, you're not gonna count the 0 and you're gonna start here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, so here's where I'm gonna round it. Okay, so how you're gonna do that. Next is I mean 0.022158. How about two significant figures? So not counted, not counted, one not. So here I'm gonna do it here. And 5 is above 5, or it's counted as 5. So you're gonna add 1 into this, so 0.22, 0.22 rather. And for one significant figure, it's gonna give you 0.02 because not counted, and you're gonna count this. And that we're looking only for 1, and 1 is below 5, so you're gonna have 2 here. 2, it will be kept as it is. So that's it for our significant figure topic, and I hope you understand something on our lesson. Thanks for watching.